Hello guys, so today's video is going to be very different, very special because this is the first time, and out of transparency, this is the first time that we will be doing a paid/sponsored video for Xifu investing. So now, if you didn't know what Xifu investing is, it's basically an app that combines many different things. You know, financial data, it's like a news portal, it's a mini community inside there, it's a place where you can check your portfolio, it's a place where you can get price alerts. So I don't even know what the exact right word is, but maybe John, you want to explain a little bit?
I think I would put it as it's an investing app for the community.
It's an investing app, yeah, well said.
Yeah. So guys, you're wondering, why should you actually download and install this app? So I think we will start off with the premise of why do you even need this app and who is it for? So if you're an investor like us, MJ, myself, and the community we represent, we actually like to have a lot of data. And it can come in the form of a web page, but in this particular one, we're going to refer mainly to the to the app. And I'm using the mobile app, and I'm using for context an Android-based app. So when we go through the app and all that, it's going to be for an Android phone. Think of this way: we heavily use Ticker, which is a web-based kind of financial data services. And in this particular case, in Malaysia specifically, we have guys like KLSE Screener. We have guys like Stock Hunter. I think even Bursa Marketplace.
Yep,
I don't know whether they have a specific app. I've not used it. But these are sites where you somewhat get an aggregated data source, MJ. In a sense that you get some financial data, you get some quarterly announcements or announcements of the company. And it is actually used for the retail investor who wants or prize these kind of data sets. I think that's where we're coming from.
Yep. Okay, let's start this review by looking at the first page or the home page. So, you know, what I really like is that it's very clean and it's a very nice snapshot of some of the important things, right? When you wake up in the morning and you want to check the stock market, what do you want to know? You want to know, okay, in general, how the stock market is doing. So you have the FBM KLCI, and then you have the FBM 100. So
the gainers, losers, everything is, clean. It's not cluttered, I would say.
Yes. You can tell how many winners, how many losers, gainers in this case. Yeah. Then after that, you'll be like, okay, so the market is doing like that. What's my portfolio doing, right? So that we only have one stock here, Petronas Chemical. But yeah, so I love that. Now, what is also interesting is that when you scroll down, you actually get the news feed. Now here, why it's useful is, okay, you get to see like all, right? Some of the big news, right? You can see IMF, Russian default, no longer. But the cool part is that you can actually organize by your portfolio. So then anytime, PChem is, let's say, mentioned, the Xifu app will tell you, okay, here are some of the news relevant to that stock.
Yes. So it doesn't overwhelm you with everything and anything on the news, actually.
Yes, and also it's nicely organized because it's right at the below. So if you don't want to look at the news, you don't have to look at it.
Correct.
But certainly your portfolio and how the market is doing is what you're going to be interested in. Now the next part, which is really cool as well, is that this latest announcement and filings part. So you can organize by your portfolio, your watch list, and also most search company. So if you're all about that, that's pretty cool. Then you can see here, okay, so this is PChem, right? So you can see the EPF. So these are buying and selling by EPF.
Yeah.
But what's cool is you can actually organize by category. So for example, if you just want to say, okay, if you want to know whether they have bonus issue or anything like that, you can go to entitlement announcement, right? Or dividends as well. You want to see the dividends by PChem. Okay, you can see, all right, there's dividends. But then let's say, oh, I only want to find the financial results. Okay, not sure why there's no financial results, but yeah. So you will be able to see this. Now this next part, and John, maybe you want to chip in a little bit here, is this offering part, right? So you have to declare yourself as a particular type of investor to qualify for some of the offerings here. There'll be things like, I believe, perhaps private placements.
I think only for accredited investors.
Accredited investors, yes. Or they call it maybe sophisticated investors, right?
Correct.
So if you're in that category and there's a criteria, then yeah, definitely this part or this thing called offering is very unique. And I don't see this in any other app as well. Exactly. But I believe now it's still under development. So yeah, we'll look forward to the future. And the last bit is this calendar, right?
Oh, I love this.
Yeah. One of the hard parts, if you are looking at many different stocks, is you want to know what's actually happening. And so
Correct.
you can actually click on, see these little blue dots at the bottom here. So let's say you want to see what's happening on, let's go to April, right? Okay, there's nothing in April because we only pick one stock, but let's say the 9th.
The 9th, yeah.
Right, so you can see, okay, there's going to be something happening called the technical analysis review. So it's, everything happening on Xifu. That, that's pretty cool. Any final thoughts about the homepage before we move on?
I think the way it's laid out is not cluttered.
Yes.
I really like it. And I think the thought process of what is important to the user. So for example, markets and then the portfolio. I really like that they put the portfolio right up there because I personally use this app called Stock Hunter.
Yep.
And my watch list is actually my portfolio. And it gives me the pertinent information. But for you to go deeper, MJ, for Stock Hunter, you actually have to watch a paid advertisement. So if you want a particular screener or feature, you have to watch through a whole 30-second or 60-second, I can't remember.
Which is a bit annoying.
Which is a bit annoying. And that's where I think Xifu, definitely there will come some sort of a monetization, I'm pretty sure. But if these are basic features that are available for free for users, I think it does give an edge over the competitors. But even if if there's a paid subscription to it, maybe in the future, I don't know. I'm pretty sure there are certain features that you would be willing to pay for its convenience. I put it this way.
Yeah, but that's down the future, and
Right.
we're looking forward. So yeah, maybe let's move on to the next part, which is the stock search.
Yes. Okay, so coming back to the stock search, what we can do is, okay, let's just say I'm interested in this particular company called PCAM, right? So I search this. Don't click on the ad because the ad is the portfolio. What you do is you want to click it on the right side, on the name of the company itself. And what I really like about this, MJ, is that straight away, it gives you see all the tabs over on the top here. So you've got upcoming event, you've got announcements. I'll use the tabs.
Very comprehensive.
Very comprehensive, but at the same time, not cluttered. This is what I like about it. So you've got the financials on a quarterly basis. Yes, it's only 5 years, but for me, it's sufficient. 5 quarters, but I think it's sufficient.
I don't think your phone can take 10 quarters.
If you want to do 10 quarters or 10 years, please use the web app. Opinions, we'll get into that. The discussions, all right. Okay, it's a bit laggy here. All right, videos, and then company info. Company info is, I think, a snapshot of what the group activity is, and also the key board of directors, upcoming events. So I'm going to focus more about the info. So what you get is actually straight away your market depth. The price movements, you can do it 3 years, 1 year. What I focus a lot on is actually at the bottom. So if you can see comparable filters, you can actually look at all this, There's a lot to go through. Obviously, if you go through one by one, it's going to take a lot of time. But I've checked basic EPS. I've also checked net gearing ratio, dividend yield of the year before as comparison, market cap, end of day prices, P ratio, as well as price to book. So because I've set this, and once I can click apply. Ooh. Right, once I click apply, you can see that all these comparisons are at the bottom straight away. So it's very clean. Straight away I get all this. And what I also really like to highlight, and this is probably the last segment I like, it's the analyst recommendation. Now, as I said, we don't really like to look at target price. But for me as an investor, it gives me an aggregated place where I know what stockbroker is actually covering the stock.
Yes, which is not there yet, right?
Yeah, it's not there. It's the reports are not there. But at least let's just say if I'm an Affin Huang customer or I'm a Hong Leong customer, I can actually log into my broking website and try to download those analyst reports.
Right.
Rather than I have to search high and low to find which analyst or which brokerage actually covers. So this is something what I like.
So maybe the only point of improvement would be to add maybe a link, a hyperlink, where if you click into these different banks, it will direct you straight to the report.
Oh, that would be great.
That would be something.
The struggle would be these reports are usually reserved for the customers. So I
Yeah.
do not know whether that, yeah. So,
But if they can solve it, I think
that
that
would
will
be
make the app a
fantastic,
lot
man.
better.
That would be
yeah.
fantastic. The other tab I'd like to highlight is the financials. So they put it into a very clear graph form. So straight away you see the assets, liabilities straight away, cash flow statement. What I used to do is I used to go on websites i3 to look for this, the quick one. Obviously, if I need a more comprehensive one, I'll go to Ticker. I mean, that's for me when I use a desktop. But for a mobile app, I think it's great that you have all these ratios or numbers straight away on your screen, very conveniently. Anything
Yeah.
to add?
No, I thought that I think that this is one very impressive thing because that financial data is a lot and
Yeah.
they managed to make it look clean. So yeah, that's the only thing I would add if
Great.
they also. Okay, John. So we move on to the portfolio part of Xifu. Again, the first thing to take note of is I know might not seem like a big thing, but I think it's very important is the distinction between the portfolio and the watch list.
Correct.
So this is important because we are all interested in many different stocks,
Yes.
but not everyone will get into our portfolio.
Correct.
But we still want to keep tabs on them, and I think this is what allows us to do it, right? So if you want to add let's say a stock to your watch list, you just click on this plus button and then you just key in whatever stock you want to key in. So going back to the portfolio, you can see we key in one stock only. So it shows you, all you need to know is very clean, just like the homepage.
Yeah.
Whether you're up or down, and then today, and then also how are you up or down over time, right? Since you first bought it. So you can also see we put in here 100 shares of Petronas Chemical. You can actually click on the bell to see when you buy and when the transactions happen, right? So 13 March 2022, how much at what price?
Yes.
So that's important so that when you can track your buys and your sells, and then also they tell you the things you need to know, right? Like your average cost, and that's fantastic. I think when you click on stock details, it will go to what John talked about earlier on, which is the financials and whatnot. So again, if you want to add, you see this plus here, then you should be able to key in the, let me just demonstrate. So let's key in, let's say QL.
Yep.
And then, you can click add. And then you can click on your portfolio.
Yep.
Right? So now here's the thing. So you have to key in 100 and then let's say at 475, then you click add. So you can see QL is there. So we're up 0.21%. Now, everything is fine and dandy. The only thing that I would add that could be a point for improvement is for the app to perhaps add things like compound or CAGR calculations, if applicable. Maybe also let us know through here, this tab alone, what the dividends are.
Oh yes, guys, one more thing I forgot to add is that although it's not in the portfolio section, but it's relevant to your portfolio, is that on the home page, you are able to see like a pie chart of all your stocks. Now, this is useful because it helps you with this thing called portfolio rebalancing and risk management. And so what this really means is that, let's say if a stock becomes too big of your portfolio, instead of having to calculate yourself, visually you're able to see, hey, this stock is like too big of my portfolio. This is really, really helpful for you as an investor.
Before we move on, guys, if you're really interested and convinced about the app, you can check out in the description or the comments to click on the link so that you can start downloading the app and start using it.
Right. The next section we want to look at is actually this tab called Markets. So once you tap on the Market tab, you actually get another few tabs on the top. You've got Bursa, you've got Global, Crypto, and Screener. So we're going to not go through all, but I'll touch first on the Bursa. And what I really like about this is that you can actually sort what you want to see. So in this case, it's sorted for the most active in terms of value. But if you're a momentum trader and you want to do some swing trades, whatever, there's something that you should watch out for. But if you're something more of a bargain hunter, you can actually screen it to top losers. All right. And there you go, it displays the top losers, and a lot of it is warrants, call warrants actually.
Yeah.
So, really up to you whether what suits you best.
Yep. This is a great way to, like a quick and dirty way to find potential ideas.
Correct.
That's what I like about it.
Crypto, I think it's slightly, there's 2 coins right now. I think once it develops more, I think they could add actually a little bit more altcoins. Would be interesting. What I want to cover next is actually the screener. So you actually can put in a Sharia compliant tick, and you can actually choose the filters. So you choose here add filter. You can sort it by sector. You want it to have a close end. I don't even know why close end for Malaysia you need a filter because it's only one. But jokes aside, energy, financial services. Let's put energy because now commodities all the rage, right? I'll click apply, and then apply. Yes. Oh, so I save a list. Okay, I won't go through that. But more importantly is this. I think what I've noticed is that these are fantastic features.
Very comprehensive.
Very comprehensive. But for me personally, I wouldn't use it on a phone. I would rather it to be a web application. I mean, it's great that Xifu is including all this. It's just that I don't like staring on a screen for hours on end to do this.
For screening purposes.
Correct.
And I think just to add also on the financial data side, it's actually very specific, it allows you to scale. Like if you want to find, let's say, a company that is 437 million market cap, you can do it as well.
Very specific.
The only thing I would add that I feel that is missing is that the financial data portion only, you see, if you can see here, is only the trailing fourth quarter or a year only. So it'd be great if we can have like more years, 5, 10 years kind of screening, which will, give a more, higher quality screens to add. And I would say to your point about the, the screener, it does take quite a heavy toll on the phone.
Yes, it does.
So one thing I would suggest, and I think would be highly beneficial, is to create maybe like a light and a heavy version, like a full version, where the light version will be just like what you said.
Yes.
I just want to see my portfolio and, how it's doing and things like that, quick snapshots, news, all that. And then the heavy version would include the screener, would include all these more, taxing aspects of the app.
Yeah.
But that's it. Anything else you want to add for the market?
No, I think overall it's pretty clean. I like it that the tabs are, easy to navigate and all that. And it's not too cluttered with it's just overwhelming number of buttons. It's quite intuitive.
Yeah. Yes, it's actually very intuitive.
It's very intuitive. And I really like the way that it's laid out. And the improvements, I would say it's ironically is to reduce rather than to put in more mini features. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, this next segment is very exciting in theory, but I do feel that there's some lack in this department. So before I go on to explain my thoughts, this section is simply, the objective is for people to either source for new ideas from other people, and you can rate them based on, the top user on success rate, top positive stocks, not negative stocks, and top user on average return. So they actually track whose stuff is good and whose stuff is not so good. And you yourself, under this My Stock Ideas tab, you yourself can actually give opinions and you will be able to be judged. So if you're really good, then you will be in the higher end of the average return for each user.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing that is lacking now is actually a community. As you can see, it's like, it's the same people, and there's, you can see very familiar names, just giving some of their ideas. And I don't know if you can click to it. So another thing is, you see when you click into this, right, people just say that, oh, this is my stock idea, but there seems to be no explanation given. So that again is something that probably needs improvement, a more vibrant community. And also, I'm not too sure, I could be wrong, but when they put their names there, are they like verified? Because this could be just random people trying to just,
they may be.
We don't know who they are, so it'd be great if there's some verification. That's the only thing. But like I said, in theory, this is a really good idea. It's just that the community and sort of the network effect is not quite there yet.
Correct.
Where you need, a group of superstars there to give their stock
Actually, I think
ideas.
Seeking Alpha, I know that does it pretty well. I think by then, looking at a few things. One is the economic incentive for people to, because it's a public portfolio, in a way, a public stock haul. The other thing is it may invite the query of, hey, who are you to give this kind of thing? But that I leave it to Xifu to try to handle. But as you rightly pointed out, network effect, I do look forward to some sort of an incentivization system
Yes.
whether it encourages the community to come in.
Yes, we need it needs more activity because this is actually a really good idea. It's just now we need the people to populate. And that is challenge, but we look forward to that happening.
Yeah. All right. So this next tab we're going to talk about is actually what they call the media. So it's the bottom rightmost tab where there's news flow, there's opinions, and there's video. Now, first thing that caught my eye was obviously as MJ pointed out in the earlier segment about activity. So here I see 28 views, 1,000 something views, whatever, 1,200 views. So I actually did click onto this. And what I found was that it's actually a slideshow, Charlie Chaplin kind of thing. So
There's no audio,
there's
right?
no audio whatsoever, and it's a slideshow. So I would feel that if you want to produce this kind of content, you don't need to produce a video. You just straight away put a write-up or something because it's just text on screen, right? Obviously, they need the community to be able to kickstart the content being created. News, I think, is good. It's quite clean, quite laid out. As also we pointed out earlier, you can sort it by your portfolio, by your watch list. But the videos, I think, do lack life. If there will be a better word for it, do lack life. And I think hopefully with more community members coming in and contributing, that would actually add some color.
It runs into the same obstacles as the stock idea section.
Yeah.
So I guess, only through the passage of time where we can tell whether or not this will be, will this be just a side thing in Xifu or will this be the biggest part about Xifu? And obviously I hope, because, you can see the team work so hard on the app.
Correct.
I do hope that the stock idea and the media segment will be the biggest and the draw, right? The stake of this app. The thing I'll add is that the media perhaps, again, coming with an expanded community, people actually start posting videos are allowed to start posting videos on there. Obviously, perhaps with some filtering from Xifu themselves.
There must be a moderation team, I would say.
For quality. So that would be very interesting.
Don't turn it into an i3, please.
Look, if I wanted that, I'll go i3, exactly.
Yeah. So maybe the last part, Xifu Coins. Maybe MJ, you want to talk about the Xifu Coins?
Yeah, so Xifu Coins, this is very interesting, something I've not used too much, but certainly is unique to me in terms of Malaysian apps. I've seen this format done in like other, maybe international...
even crypto kind of...
Crypto, yeah. So the Xifu Coins will be used for tipping. From my understanding, for tipping, let's say, people with good ideas. And also, if you have a good idea, people can tip you.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of other things that coming in the pipeline for Xifu, which I would say I cannot reveal, but that's where the coins are going to be useful. It's going to be like this mini economy. The only thing that I have, again, a potential challenge is that, we're not a tipping culture.
Yeah.
We just read the report.
Yeah.
Very good.
Malaysians want it
but
for free.
we don't tip, right? So as you can see, right, you need to buy the coins, right? You need to, let me see if I can click on it. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, so anyway, so you see, you need to pay for 4 coins, you need 4 ringgit. 8 coins, you need 8 ringgit. 20 coins, 23 ringgit. And then at 55 coins, you get a discount. So that's the only thing. Like I said, I love the idea, but I think the incentivization of how you're going to encourage people to actually, tip.
Unless it becomes like a paywall kind of thing. I think Malaysians, rather than like what you said, it's not in our culture.
Yeah.
It becomes like a paywall kind of thing. You have a teaser content.
Yeah.
And then if you want to read the full report or download the full report, then use the coins to buy those. Then for me, that may work.
You know what would be really cool?
Yeah.
If they improve the community and on the stock idea sessions, people of these public stock ideas. So you say you click on the top user on average return. So these people, right?
Yeah.
So what they can do is say, okay, the top 25 get to read their reports. You need to tip. That's one thing again to incentivize. But
so
that's how
ideas. It's a paywall.
Exactly. But the question is, who qualifies to have a paywall?
Correct.
So it's like, if let's say you're new and you're coming on, you have to give your content for free. And once the app's algorithm identifies you as a very high quality writer,
blogger,
then you get to graduate into this paid segment, into this paywall that you're describing about.
Yeah.
But of course, that's our idea, you know, whether or not
it's-
Xifu takes it, you know, obviously we hope they do, but you know, it's really up to them. Or maybe they have better ideas, who knows, right?
Alright guys, I just had a chat with the Xifu team right after this video, and they actually shared with me a lot of very interesting stuff about the Xifu Coins. Now, there's going to be many things coming from it, but there's going to be two that's coming the fastest, I believe. Number one would be this thing called a marketplace. So what's going to happen is that there's going to be a marketplace where you can use your Xifu Coins to buy things like very special and unique webinars on any topic, or maybe even educational courses. Now, in addition, there'll be another thing where you'll be able to download very special, whether it's research or economic reports using your Xifu Coin. So that's coming up, and look out for that space.
But yeah, I think this comes to an end to our paid review. Hopefully, I know, you know, hopefully you found the paid review to be good and fair. And if you did, you know, do like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, share this video to someone who are interested in all these kind of apps. And yeah, I guess we'll see you in the next video.